I met you the 14th of January, went home that evening and got in my mailbox and found my first sleeve of the X39. So I put them on the next day, came home from, and you wear them for 12 hours, came home from church that day, and I had a large blister on my toe, and it was down to the raw skin. The next morning, of course, I took it off after 8 hours. I took it off at 8 o'clock at night. The next morning, there was nothing there except the new skin that surrounded that, where that raw skin had been. I was ecstatic. 2 days after that, I noticed a keloid scar on my right forearm that I've had for a long time, and my son and my dog had ripped it open. And so I had a big scar sticking up. And I noticed that 4 days after that, 2 days after that, sorry, that the keloid scar had flattened, and it continues to get smaller and lighter in color.
Wow.
4 days later, I noticed that the skin graft that I had had in 2013, because I almost lost my nose to stage 3 cancer. And they had to do this skin graft after they did the Mohs surgery. I had an allergic reaction about 6 months after the surgery. And I was on a vacation in California, and I noticed there was a spurt of blood sitting on the top of it. And ever since then, I felt like I looked like I had a kidney bean on the side of my nose. But 4 days after being on the skin patch, I noticed that that kidney bean was forming back into the crevice of my nose. And it is just getting better and better. So that happened, that allergic reaction was like 10 years ago. Then I noticed 2 weeks after being on the patch, I was at a pickleball tournament with my family, and it was a little chilly. And I was sitting on my hands on the bleachers, and all of a sudden realized I was sitting on my hands, and I was going back and forth with my hands. And I thought, my goodness, I was diagnosed with moderate to severe arthritis in my left hand. And I could not hold my body weight. I couldn't grab a steering wheel properly. I couldn't hold a paperback book in my hand. And 4 weeks after I started on the patches, actually it was 2 weeks, was when I was at this pickleball tournament and realized I could move my body around. Well, I couldn't even lift a weight anymore when I exercised. I turned 80 in May. That would have been 4 months after I was on the patch, 5 months after I was on the patch. And I hadn't done push-ups since I was a young girl, and then couldn't do very many. I did 24 push-ups.
Wow.
Also, I was on melatonin for 17 years. And because Rich was doing better with his sleep, I thought, I'm going to just try going without melatonin. And I slept like a baby and have been sleeping like a baby ever since. No melatonin. Also, I got on the LifeWave skin trio. And I used to use expensive Lancome products, 5 different ones a day. I am only using LifeWave day cream, night cream, and the patch at night. And my skin has tightened, and it's really an improvement. And I'm not spending all that money. I was on melatonin for 17 years. And because Rich was doing better with his sleep, I thought, I'm going to just try going without melatonin. And I slept like a baby and have been sleeping like a baby ever since. No melatonin. Also, I got on the LifeWave skin trio. And I used to use expensive Lancome products, 5 different ones a day. I am only using LifeWave day cream, night cream, and the patch at night. And my skin has tightened, and it's really an improvement. And I'm not spending all that money.